Hello guys, welcome back to Ventilate. Guys, I have some good news. I tried really hard, and not that I just get the minimum, I made sure I got to the highest I can without being in the highest area. Alright, so long story short, I got third place. I pushed a little bit more than I normally do just to see where I can get to. So here we are. Not too much of a shambles. I would say it's pretty nice. Okay, nothing too crazy. But yeah, guys, I find that like spending so much time on it was just a waste of time, to be very honest with you. As in at the end of the day, yeah, I got number one. So what, right? No one gives a shit. It is what it is. It's just pretty much a simple situation where, hey, if you're gonna get more, you get more. If you get less, you get less. However, I just thought, hey, I do like the pet build, so why not just go for it? Let's just see where it is. And plus, on top of that, me and one of my boys in Nightcaster in our little Ventilate Discord, we have a go-to back and forth. So why not? Let's just see how high we can go. So I'm yet to see what his result is yet to be. But yeah, guys, that's it. I got 113, I think I said there. But anyways, I'll screenshot that later, so at least it'll make a bit more sense. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You need to be able to farm as hard as you can, do whatever the best you can. But I would say do not waste too much time on AT. AT is a bit of an extra fun. It's for you to be able to test out all the different builds that they have. And if you like those builds, definitely go for it. It's more of like kind of show you what happens in a, say, 100 times X or 1,000 times X of what would happen if this was the build that you would have used in this time. So that is exactly what it's for, and I hope you guys are using it to the best benefit that you can have and learning a lot on how the mechanics of the game works. Whether if it's just a simple, say for example, when it comes to your equipment here, to have a blah blah blah, where is that? Oh yeah, there you go. I don't know why I even scroll down. To have a mana boost and a many mana chance together when you're doing a late game build, just gives you a higher probability of having a lot more mana coming back in, which means it sustains your contracts a lot more. If you don't know what contracts are, let me quickly show you. At the bottom here, you have Terrifying Pack, and you also have the Royal Contracts, and these contracts are super powerful. And basically you sacrifice your mana for you to be able to use these contracts, and with these contracts you're able to push a lot higher with more gold, more damage, which means higher level or MS that you can get. And with these, it really changes in AT, because it literally is the thing that really propels you to the next level, as it is like I say 100 times or 1,000x of what it would be in a normal game. So hence that's why when you have that, it really pushes out a lot more, and when you prestige, you're gonna get a whole lot more relics. So yeah, guys, I think you get my point. At the end of the day, the AT is for fun, so for you to be able to test out what the builds are and get a good farm out of it when you do it well. Especially when you get a level 10. Oh, I don't know why you're on there, guys. Man, gee, I just did that. Alright. But yes, you're able to farm your level 10. And when you farm your level 10, you're going to be able to have the ability to now explain and see what is going on with that particular build. And when you like that build or you don't like that build, you have now a choice of using it in your main game or not. So there you go. I hope the AT has been fun for you. To me, it's a lot of fun, even though some builds I don't like for example the daggers and the Magnum Opus bloody gold gun thing. Oh my god, I absolutely hate it. But hey, maybe one day I'll like it when they start doing some improvements or some power push to it. But until then, I am still gonna stick to the things that I like. Even the Shadow Clone thing that I'm playing right now is the strongest meta, but I still feel really bored by Shadow Clone. It's just you know what, I feel like Shadow Clone, to give you a bit of a brief history, okay? Shadow Clone used to be one of the strongest build. In fact, it was the strongest build. And when it was the strongest build, everyone was using it. It was the best thing ever. It was pushing crazy numbers, and people were getting like a minute and a half prestige or like a minute prestige, and they're reaching the MS, which is absolutely crazy. And then a huge nerf came true, nerfed the entire thing, and then the clanship / pet build became the next best thing. And when that thing happened, everything changed, and Shadow Clone just became kind of the third wheeler and the fourth wheeler, and it wasn't really doing that much. And now that I'm playing it again, I can feel why it really isn't something that people will play, because when you're used to tapping stuff and then using things that allows you to tap and give you the extra push, and then suddenly to tell you don't have to tap, you just have to wait, it feels really weird. I think it's more of a psychological change as well. And we also definitely see that it is a lot slower when it comes to prestiging and getting those levels too. So I like the idea that the longer you tap, the more you get out of it. Oh wow, 2 yards in a row. This is a bloody record. I think I'm tired. But anyways, I believe that if you're not gonna tap, you should not have the power of people that do tap, which I do agree. For example, Clanship and Shadow Clone. Clanship and what do you call it? Pet Built. And so these two, when you need to tap and you actually physically do something about it, I believe that you should be rewarded for it, because hey, you're gonna be able to tap and win it. And whereas like Shadow Clone is more of a lazy way where you just activate your spells, sit back, relax, and you should be fine. So in this sense, that I believe that Shadow Clone is a little bit more balanced. However, when it comes to the Magnus Opal, when it comes to what was that, Angelic Guardian, a Heavenly Sword, a Heavenly Strike, I think that needs a bit of an improvement. All right, because if it can do a bit more improvement, we're gonna see people actually using those a lot more, because it has the pushability and the power to do so. But how to balance that and the current meta, to be honest with you, it sounds easy for me to say, hey, use this, that could be stronger, this and that. But from a developer standpoint, mate, it's a bloody nightmare to change everything and all of it, right? So I can say that that's what I would like to see. But also on the other hand, I can also say that, hey, I don't think it's going to be that easy to just change things up. And so I'm not trying to put any pressure on developers and saying, hey, you should be doing this and that just because I like it. I think this is probably the dumbest approach to the situation, but to probably understand the fact that it's not easy to balance it out. And I don't think they want a situation where everyone overnight turns to, say for example, Gogun, because it is just so damn powerful and so much faster in prestiging, that everyone's using it now, and that's the new meta, and everything else kind of shits apart. So now you're trying to put a bandit issue on top of something that already was an issue, and now you're just creating more problems later on down the road. So yeah, do I have an answer? No. Do I want to see other sort of meta become a bit stronger, that becomes a bit more compatible? Yes. And I say, for example, I don't mind it being weaker if it is more efficient. And if it is more efficient, I don't mind tapping more. You know, have a bit of a triangle sort of situation where, say for example, Shadow Clone, once all the spells are going, fine, fair enough, spells done. Okay, it will take the longest, it is the slowest, but at least its pushability is there and it still doesn't change too much. The only downside to it is that you can't tap it to make it go faster. It is just what it is, which is what Shadow Clone is. I think that's a good stage to be in. And Clanship and, say for example, Pet Built, you have to tap. The more you tap, the more it continues on the streak. I think it kind of sustains that streak, and I think that is a nice place to be. But I think when it comes to Gogun and all that stuff, hey, maybe it becomes even more efficient because you're tapping and using a lot more mana and using a lot more gold. And this is a way that you're going to get even faster, but you can't get up to your MS as fast as you would with, say for example, a Clanship and a Pet Built, right? I think if that's the case, people might actually out-farm those that can get up to their highest MS, and when those that can get up to the highest MS with their tap lose out on the fact of the quick ability of regenerative and getting a lot more, say for example, monuments and so forth. So I think that could be a new challenge, and something new and something fun that everyone can kind of get onto. Anyways, I rambled on. Hopefully that makes sense. I am just trying to give a bit of a nuanced perspective on things, thinking from not just a player perspective, but from a developer's perspective, and also a potential perspective on how it can balance out for everything else. And if you go with one, you sacrifice another. I think that's kind of the gist of what I'm talking about, okay? So that's it, guys. At the end of the day, I hope you guys had a lot of fun at AT and to see what a Pet Built can do. I think once you unlock a certain amount of items and in clothings, and not clothings, or sets that we call it, legendary sets, you're gonna get a whole lot better push with pet build, and I hope that came out of this AT. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you had a great start to the weekend, and drop a like or drop a subscribe, and I will catch you at the end of today, and then tomorrow at the start of the tournament I will post another video on it. But let me know what you think about my little rant, if it makes sense, if it doesn't make sense, or you think it's too long, you don't like it, you like it, let me know. All right, catch y'all later. Bye bye.